Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I apologize the lighting isn't the best in this kitchen, but we're gonna have to do what we're gonna have to do because I have been requested to do this video, especially now that summer is right around the corner. This is a grocery haul and what I eat on a day-to-day basis during my summer seasons. And so as a plant-based, forgot to mention I'm plant-based. I hope that y'all enjoy it and find it helpful. And let's go ahead and talk about how I slim down my waist and keep my summer body and fit in check with nutrition. So let's start with the basics. I eat a lot of greens. Being plant-based, obviously, yes, I'm gonna eat a lot of veggies. So pretty much a lot of my diet comes from veggies. And when I say veggies, when it comes to summertime, I go hard on cabbage, and maybe some of y'all watching are gonna be disgusted by this. Cabbage has a lot of water content to it, so not only does it help you become satisfied at a very short time or when you're eating it, but also it helps you to be satiated for a long period of time. So when I used to model, I actually ate cabbage all the time because it helped me to maintain my figure and my weight. So I basically ate cabbage every single meal and all day, every day cabbage because it really helps to slim down your waist especially and just maintain a slim figure. So I really swear by cabbage. I do make coleslaw at home. As y'all can see, this is a sample of what I make. I do lightly salt and pepper it and put a little bit of other condiments. And sometimes I'll also add a little bit of vinegar to it to make it a little bit more tasty. But a lot of times I also just, in addition to salt and peppering things, I also will just eat it raw because it also tastes really good for me. But I know not a lot of people watching like cabbage, so that's just how I make it. But I eat a lot of cabbage. In addition to cabbage, I also have a lot of beans. So beans are pretty much also a staple in my diet. I eat a lot of CAT food products. Y'all are gonna see me talk about it the whole video, but I also have a lot of their bean products. I also really like their charro beans one, absolutely chef's kiss. If y'all go to the grocery store, make sure to pick some up because I absolutely am obsessed. I have made some bomb enchiladas, so I love my beans. I use black beans. I'm also really stocked on garbanzo beans 24/7 because I like to make my own hummus at home. And if y'all have been following me on Instagram, y'all know that I'm a huge sucker when it comes to hummus and my dips. Like I am a savory person, so I have to have my beans and my dips. So hummus all the way, and I also have my tahini, which I didn't show here, but I always have a tahini stocked in my pantry because it's a must. I need to have hummus all day, every day. And going back to the veggie section, so I wanted to also show y'all what I eat for other veggies, primarily in my summer season. I also eat a lot of spinach and kale, so this is what this is. And then I also have rosemary in my hand, but I also eat a lot of sprouts, and the ones that I have now is wasabi and broccoli sprouts in here. I'm kind of already done with it, so I have to restock, but I just wanted to share y'all what I usually eat as a primary base for my salads: cabbage, spinach and kale, and sprouts. And that's like my summer combination that I swear by to keep your waist slim. And then also I have rosemary all year round. This is not just a summer thing for me, but rosemary, I have fresh rosemary at all times because I actually put this in my water and I drink rosemary water with hot water. You just steep it. It's kind of like tea. Just let it sit for a while and it really helps with your aging, your skin, your hair health. It's just like a natural, healthy beauty water. So I always have that every single day, in addition to lemon water in the morning as well. Now going back to some of the other items for protein. So we're also gonna next talk about how protein is essential. And I have my protein from usually this brand. I swear, I always buy this brand. I know there's a ton of different brands out there, but this is one of my absolute favorites. And I usually just get like the basic one, the original. I think the other day I got like the seed, like the flax seed one. I think there's a few like that. But I try not to get the ones that are already pre-made with the seasoning, because this year I actually decided to cut out completely seed oils like sunflower, palm oil, things like that. And I also decided to cut out a lot of cane sugar and just sugar products in general from my diet. So I basically just cut everything out like that, and I cut out those ingredients, and I've definitely noticed a huge difference in not only my waistline, but how I feel. My energy levels are definitely higher and I feel more just better about my health and nutrition. So that has also definitely helped me, and reading the labels, every single product that I purchase, I make sure the labels are in check. They don't have the seed oils, they don't have extra sugar. They can have a little bit, but I really try to stay away from sugar as much as I can. So those are two things that I avoid, just maintain a healthy diet, especially when it comes to cutting. And then also I wanted to mention, now that we're in the sugar section, so a lot of people might be watching this and might wonder, how do I help with sugar cravings? Or maybe some days, you know, you want to have a slice of cake or something. Obviously, I don't restrict myself, so I don't necessarily say to myself, oh, I can't have it. But I will have to say, I definitely reduce baked goods. I don't eat a lot of cake. I don't eat a lot of donuts, like sugary things. I pretty much eliminate from my diet. I basically eat so much fresh fruit, and I'm a sucker when it comes to fruit. Like, I have so many different types of sliced and cut fruits, but I really stock up on my fruits. And I also have a lot of dried fruit. I don't play when it comes to dried fruit. I'm a huge Soleli fan, and I love like just any kind of dried fruits. This is a soft cantaloupe that I have, the package here. I'm a huge person for dates. Like, dates are really good, especially if you have a sweet tooth. Really helps with that. And dates also have a lot of nutritional benefits to it, so it's not just the sweet stuff, but it's really good for you. And I'm a huge pineapple fan, so I love my pineapples. I literally have pineapple in all forms, not only fresh fruit, but also dried pineapple. And I love my mangoes as well, so I have more Soleli products. These are the jerky ones, so right now I'm doing mango and guava and mango and blueberry, but I pretty much eat anything Soleli and as a rotational thing. So if I run out of those two, I'll definitely replenish some of my other stashes, but those are generally what I have in my pantry. Oh, and I also have more dates here, so I'm a huge date fan. really good for your body, but also just hits the sweet spot. So next up, I also am a huge savory person. So I love my salty goodies, and as y'all know, salt is not necessarily your best friend, especially when it comes to bloating and things like that. So I definitely do reduce my intake, but these are some of my ultimate favorite crackers. Like, this is probably one of the worst habits that I have, eating chips and crackers, but I have to let y'all know what I actually eat. So no BS, I'm completely transparent here, but this is one of my favorite brands, Craze. I love all their products. I pretty much tried all of their crackers, absolutely amazing. It's a little bit thinner, but it just tastes so good. And I also love Mary's crackers. This is a seaweed one, and the sesame, really good. And I like to pair it with like hummus and just the dips that I was talking about earlier. And then I am also having this one. This is a repurchase. I bought another flavor of this. So this is a sourdough. Yes, this is an organic sourdough bites. And again, all these don't have any palm oil, seed oils. So I really don't play around with seed oils. So I kind of look like a crazy person in the grocery store and literally read every single label, but that's just who I am. For staples for carbs, I also eat sprouted breads. I don't really go for white breads. I eat pretty much everything either sprouted or whole grain or anything like that, especially when it comes to rice as well. I don't eat a lot of white rice. I eat a lot of brown rice. And when it comes to the breads, I absolutely love this brand. I pretty much eat only this brand when it comes to sprouted. I think there's another brand called Alvarado's Bakery that also does seeded bread, and probably a lot of different other brands, but I just tend to go for this one. This one is my favorite one. And this one right now, I'm on the low sodium one, but all year round, I'm doing like different types. So I just finished the 7-grain one, and I had the English muffins in my freezer, and you have to freeze these. So this isn't your regular bread, it's sprouted. Why I choose sprouted bread is because it's really good for your digestion. It's really easy to digest for your body and breaking everything down. So I swear by sprouted bread. I tend to not go for regular sandwich breads. That's just not what I eat, but definitely would recommend if y'all have never tried sprouted bread. It's amazing. It's not when you first try it, you're not gonna like it, because I didn't like it, but the more you have it, because you have to like season it and stuff, so it's definitely something to get used to, especially if y'all don't really like healthy tasting things. It's gonna taste kind of healthy. And so to mask it, I like to season it. I also like to drench it with olive oil. And so I'm also gonna talk about that, the oils and all the cool things I use to season this. But I usually toast it and then put some olive oil and then put some coconut dips, for example, like this. And then I usually put za'atar seasonings. That's like an example of what I usually eat. But this is the Cocoa June, and I love this product. This is actually the very first time I'm gonna try the lemon dill flavor. I usually go for the original, but I just stumbled across this flavor at my local grocery store, so I said, why not? Let's try this one. It's basically like a cucumber dip. It's like a traditional labneh spread, but like a vegan coconut version. So if y'all like your yogurt dips, definitely, and want to try something new, or you're vegan and you can't have yogurt, then definitely going for this. Absolutely obsessed, especially putting it on my breakfast slice of bread.
I also totally forgot to mention that I always have some sort of guac in my fridge. This brand I've actually never tried before, so please disregard the specific brand, but I just have any kind of guac that does not include seed oils and extra sugar. I wanted to also note that I don't always buy pre-packaged guac, but I sometimes buy actual avocados, season the avocados myself, and make guac. But the bottom line is I always have guac.
And also talking about probiotics, prebiotics, now that we're on this topic, I also wanted to mention something else that I really, really enjoy is coconut cults. I usually just have their original OG plain flavor, but I've been really enjoying this sweet strawberry flavor, and they're also very, very clean ingredients. So this is good for probiotic for plant-based, so definitely recommend. I have a lot of fermented stuff, so if y'all also know, follow me on Instagram, y'all know that I am also half Japanese, and as a Japanese person, staples for me is natto, which is fermented beans, and if you know what this is, and you probably think I'm crazy, a lot of people hate this. Even Japanese people, they don't like fermented beans because it just has this odor and taste. It's just so, so good for you though. So I personally love it. I love natto, that's like my thing, but I know not everyone is gonna eat this, so I just wanted to show though, just in case y'all wanted to try it at your local Japanese or Asian grocery store. And I also have miso, and I also always have the koji miso because this is also really, really good for your body. It's basically like fermented rice, and so it's just really, really good for your body. It's also good for beauty, so it's good for skin, so that's why I have these staples in my routine or in my food adventures here. And also I have a lot of Japanese fermented veggies that I make, and it's definitely something that I eat every single day. I just grew up with it, so I think it's just a normal thing for people who are Asian and Japanese to have a lot of fermented things. And I know not a lot of people on the Western side eat a lot of fermented veggies. I think maybe, you know, sauerkraut is probably the correlation of what we eat, but basically it's just seasoned. A lot of the times I season my stuff with like rice vinegar, so it's a little bit sweet but sour at the same time, and a little bit of salt, and that's all you really need, and it just makes it like taste really good because I like to just focus on the taste of the actual product, so the veggies. So I usually try to eat everything as raw as I can because that's healthy for you, and there's so much benefits to that. And just, you know, putting too much things and seasonings can kind of, I don't know, for me, I personally like it just the way it tastes, but I know some people don't really like veggies as much as I do, so they might have to season a little bit more. But honestly, I just use rice vinegar and soy sauce for everything. And talking about rice again, this is again one of my absolute staples. I don't eat a lot of white rice. So this is actually a multi-grain rice. Like I mentioned, I don't have a lot of white rice, so I have a lot of different grains in this one, and you can also pick this up at the Japanese or your local Asian market. And all you have to do is make it in your rice cooker, which I have also behind me. So if you have that, then you're all set to go there for the rice. And again, I eat Japanese food. Pretty much 80% of my life is Japanese food, so yeah. And then going back to, I guess we can touch upon the condiments. I do have a lot of nutritional yeast because of B12. A lot of plant-based people are lacking of B12, so I make sure I replenish my nutrients there. And in terms of, again, condiments and oils, I have a lot of olive oil. I pretty much drench everything in olive oil, or when I cook, I do use sesame oil, which is, again, Japanese sesame oil. And I also use this product called egoma oil, which is basically, I think it's like a sesame, like a type of sesame. And this is really, really high in omega-3. And you know, omega-3, I don't think I need to be talking about omega-3 because a lot of people already know what the benefits are, but so good for your skin, your nails, like basically everything. Your heart function, your whole body function needs omega-3s. And so I pretty much sprinkle olive oil and egomai oil everywhere when it comes to like raw things like salads and things like that. And then I also add with the soy sauce and just basically have it like that for salads, and then to stir fry veggies and things like that with onions and, you know, just I guess normal things, stir fry sesame oil for sure. And going back to soy sauce, so I season everything with soy sauce pretty much, but I also wanted to mention this is something I eat every single day. This helps so much to not get sick. I haven't gotten sick. I think the only time I got sick was one time during COVID, but I never got COVID. I really swear upon my garlic, and this is in soy sauce, so it's kind of like sitting in soy sauce, and I actually have it sit for a month or two, and it just marinates the garlic so it doesn't taste strong like a nasty spicy garlic. It tastes more like a creamy soy sauce garlic. I wanted to also share this because this is my ultimate everything. This is like my secret sauce. And you know what? When I actually season things, I actually open this, and because the soy sauce is also marinated with the garlic, so it's like a garlic soy sauce, so I actually drench it on like a salad and just tastes amazing. So also a secret sauce that I'm sharing today. And going back to another condiment, I also love sietes, salsas, and just everything siete. And going back to, again, siete, I have so many chips from them. I have pretty much everything that I need for them. And going back to milk, I also have the Muwala milk. I already drank half of this, but I usually have almond milk or this one. And I know there's other brands like Malk. I sometimes buy them. They're a little bit more expensive, so I cannot afford them all the time. So I definitely go for this one. Very clean ingredients as well. And last but not least, we're kind of getting to the last section. So again, going back to sweet cravings, I have more siete cookies that I have on hand. So I don't eat anything unhealthy. I just pretty much grab these and I'm pretty much good to go. And one of the last things I wanted to mention is my supplements. So I've also made some supplement videos in the past, but this is my right now current supplement list. So I have vitamin D because you can never get too much vitamin D. Everyone's pretty much lacking in vitamin D in this world, so we need more vitamin D. And I also have magnesium. I only take this a couple times a week, but it definitely helps for recovery, and it's just really good for overall health and function. So I have this at nighttime a couple times a week, not every single day. Something that I also wanted to share is apple cider vinegar. I swear by, also helps with your immune system, so keeps your immune system healthy. So I also swear by this, and I think this combo, the garlic and this apple cider vinegar, I never get sick, really. It's amazing. And then going back to Promix, and Promix, I love their bars. I'm always stocked with Promix protein bars. And talking about Promix, I also have their creatine, I have their BCAAs, I have their vegan protein powder, and I've talked about this already in my past videos, and glutamine, etc., etc. So I make sure I'm stocked always with those items. And also, I am a sucker when it comes to dark chocolate, so these are some of the ones that I'm currently enjoying. Already kind of ate out of it, so I don't want to zoom up too close, but absolutely love really good high quality chocolate. Again, darker the better for me, so I love my dark chocolate. And the last thing before my camera cuts off on me is gonna be tea. So I love coffee, but I've been drinking more tea, and I drink a lot of green tea. Being Japanese, green tea is like my favorite thing in the world. I have matcha genmaicha, if you know, you know, and I have this Thai green, and I always have some sort of green tea on an everyday lifestyle. And green tea also helps not only with slimming down the waist and maintaining your figure, but also it fights a lot of cancer cells or potential cancer cells. So it helps prevent that. So why not have more green tea, right? And I just prefer green tea now. I used to be a heavy coffee drinker, but I slowly transitioned to becoming a tea drinker. So that's that. And last but not least, these are some of my other teas that I'm enjoying. So if I don't want to steep some hot tea, then I usually just go for canned tea, also from Rishi. And again, they are a very, very clean brand. They're, you know, fair trade, all that good jazz. So I try to support companies that I know their mission statement, you know, I know what they're doing with, you know, the wages and things like that. So here's some of my favorites. This one I will have to say is quite nasty if y'all decide to buy this one. It's good for digestion, really, really good for your health, but it tastes nasty. And Dandelion's known for that. It's not tasty, but it's good for you. I like to say anything that doesn't taste good is good for your body. And I also have a lot of Recess. You know, I'm just obsessed. This also has magnesium, the mood one. So I usually have that one as well. And I did forget to bring in my sweet potato, but one last thing I forgot to mention, I just realized, is that I also eat a lot of sweet potato. And so some days I will not eat rice. And so I will just eat sweet potato. And then I'll have like tempeh that I season with my garlic, soy sauce situation, and my sesame seed oil, things like that. And basically I will have a meal as sweet potato as my staple for carbs. All right, well that is it for this video today. Sorry, I had to speed up a little bit towards at the end because I knew my camera was gonna cut off, so I didn't want to have it cut off midway I was talking. But anyways, I hope that this video was helpful, and if y'all want to see more nutrition related, food related, like recipe related videos, I will definitely do that in the future if y'all would like. I didn't know how y'all would feel about me posting this kind of stuff, so I just wanted to see how it went. And if y'all like this type of video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so I know what y'all like and what y'all want to see in the future. But until the next one, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye y'all.